God of War 2 was one of the first games I owned as a kid. Probably not the kind of game a 9-year-old should have had his hands on. God damn. Oh my. God damn. But I played it and enjoyed it nonetheless. There's only one problem. The copy of the game I had as a kid had an issue where the game would freeze after reaching a certain point in the game. So I only got to experience about 15% of the game at most, if even that. So I decided I would go back and get the platinum to see what I missed out on. This game was incredibly well received after its release, and the God of War franchise is held in a very high regard by a lot of people, including myself. So my expectations are set very high. With all that being said, let's get right into it. The time commitment for this trophy doesn't look very intimidating, and the difficulty of most of these trophies doesn't look too bad either. It's a nice change of pace from the games that I've been working on recently, which is partially why I wanted to do this video. The 18 bronze trophies are mostly story related with a few outliers mixed in for doing other things here and there. The 11 silver trophies are for grabbing all the collectibles, beating all the bosses, and maxing out all your weapons and magic. The gold trophies are for beating the game, beating the challenge of the gods, which we'll discuss later, collecting and using 2 urns of power, which are just gameplay modifiers that you can collect and use in New Game Plus, collecting all the Uber chests, and battling your way to the Loom Chamber in under 10 minutes. In my first playthrough, I'll just be enjoying the game while making sure to grab all the necessary collectibles along the way. And if I miss something, I'll just load up an old save or do it in New Game Plus.
Defeating Ares,
fucking
Kratos,
go.
the once mortal warrior, became the new god of war. However, Kratos soon found himself alone on Olympus, shunned by his fellow gods.
The game picks up right where you left off in the last game, resting on your rightful throne as the God of War. And Kratos being Kratos, he heads out to join his men in combat against the wishes of Athena.
Enough, Kratos! With every city you destroy, the wrath of Olympus grows. Soon I will no longer be able to protect you.
I need no protection.
Do not forget that it was I who made you a god, Ghost of Sparta. Do not turn your back on me.
I owe you nothing.
Then you leave me no choice.
Athena, clearly upset by this, siphons away some of Kratos' power and gives it to this giant statue which we now have to deal with. After hitting a QuickTime event on the statue, he yeets us into the next stage where we face off against him again. And we get yeeted into the next stage again. Oh, thank God. I remember having a lot of trouble with that as a kid for some reason. Probably because I had tiny little child fingers. In this stage, we face off against the statue for the very last time, and Zeus offers us help in the form of the Blade of Olympus.
Kratos. I do not need your help, Zeus. I can take down this beast. I offer you more than help, Kratos. I offer you power. I offer you the Blade of Olympus. It was this blade that ended the Great War and defeated the Titans.
The catch being, we have to drain our power into the blade, which backfires on us later. But for now, we use the Blade of Olympus to make our way inside the statue and destroy it from the inside. Shit. I almost fucked that up somehow.
With your godly power drained into the blade, it will have the strength to destroy all who defy the gods.
Can we finally pull the sword out here? There it is. I remember playing through this fight as a kid and being in awe from how cool this fight was. You fight your way through enemies while debris comes crashing down and knocks off pieces of the platforms you stand on, all while carefully making your way up and destroying the beams supporting the statue, eventually jumping out while it goes crashing down in a fiery explosion. The game makes you feel unstoppable. It gives you all the power you could ever ask for, and then in an instant, it takes it all away.
Do you need more proof than this?
Placing all of his godly power into the weapon had rendered Kratos mortal, vulnerable to the arms of death. Bloodied and beaten, he knew that to have any hope of survival, he must retrieve the blade of Olympus. Humiliated before his Spartan army, Kratos dragged himself up from the dirt.
Having placed all his power into the Blade of Olympus, it left Kratos mortal. With Kratos weakened and the Blade of Olympus out of his reach, Zeus flies in and takes the blade himself.
Yes, I am forced to attend to this matter myself. Athena refused to undo her mistake. Imagine caring for a creature such as yourself.
Why? Why would you betray me?
It is you who would betray me. Am I to stand idly by while Olympus is threatened? Your hands are already stained by the blood of a god.
Feeling he's been betrayed by Kratos, he offers him the chance to live by serving him eternally. Kratos, being Kratos, he refuses to bend to his will, leaving Zeus with no choice but to take his life, and the lives of his Spartan soldiers.
I serve no one. Then you'll leave me no choice.
Okay, don't worry guys, we solo his verse. Take this! Oh, okay, maybe not. No, don't worry, we got it. Huh. Oh, Kratos. Oh
I
no.
would rather die.
Okay, maybe Kratos doesn't. Maybe Kratos doesn't solo his verse.
It did not have to be this way, my son. This path is of your choosing.
A choice from the gods is as useless as the gods themselves.
Even now, as you draw your last breath, you continue to defy me? Everything you have ever known, Kratos, will now suffer because of your sacrilege.
You will never be the ruler of Olympus.
The cycle ends here.
Holy shit, dude.
You will pay for this, Zeus. Be certain of that.
This will not be the last time that I say this. This game is fucking awesome. As the hands of Hades reach out of the ground to claim Kratos, the Titan Gaia speaks to Kratos and offers him a second chance at life. She also offers help with exacting his revenge on Zeus, by showing him the way to the Sisters of Fate.
Who are you?
am the Titan Gaia, ever-present Mother of Earth. I have watched you become a powerful warrior, and I have been with you through all the events of your life, but I can no longer simply watch. We will help you defeat Zeus. Death is an escape, Kratos. You are a warrior of Sparta, not a coward. Only a coward accepts death.
I am no coward.
Then you must fight. I will show you the way to the Sisters of Fate. Only with their power will you defeat Zeus.
This is basically where the game really begins. After you drag yourself out of the arms of death, the ground is sealed up and we begin our journey to find the Sisters of Fate and go back in time to get our revenge on Zeus. Did not realize that killed them on hit. There's the first trophy, Resurrection. Now, I would love to talk about every area and boss we run into on our way to the Sisters of Fate, but this video might stretch out for over an hour if I did that, so I'll just give you a quick summary of everything that happens up until we reach the Sisters of Fate. After mounting our Pegasus, we eventually make our way to the Steeds of Time, where we encounter Theseus. And in good old God of War fashion, we repeatedly bash his head in with his door. God damn. Oh my God damn! After taking down Theseus, we acquire the first boss badge trophy and the Horse Keeper's Key, which gives us access to the next area. Hey, where did his body go? His body just disintegrated. Boss badge 1. As well as a new magic power, which I immediately used to get the 500 hit combo trophy that we needed. Blue balls. Nice. Never thought I'd be excited about blue balls.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
And supersized, there we go. Okay, we got 2 trophies. After that, I head outside to do this puzzle to whip the Steeds of Time, giving us access to the Temple of Laxus. Let's do this. And then run up there, I guess. Quick as I can. Okay, there we go. That is what I was supposed to do. Oh, am I supposed to swing onto this? Oh, I see. Okay, let's do the yellow one first. Dude. Up, up, up. There we go. Oh, I can do this. Okay. That makes sense. There we go. Pretty good, another one in the books that makes some 9 trophies. But once we get there, our progress is halted, and we're forced to make our way into the Bog of the Forgotten, so we can grab the Golden Fleece. Go, fleece. The Golden Fleece allows us to deflect attacks back at our enemies, and we're going to need it to make our way through the temple. And while we're here, we also kill Uriel and take her head to use as a new magic power. Please die. Thank you. After we make our way back to the temple, we fight
The great Perseus to kill this fallen god to receive an audience with you? Will that allow me to bring my love back from the grasp of Hades himself? If not, at least I can bathe in the glory of being the one who brought down the mighty Kratos, the slayer of gods. Although I hardly think a Harpy's fool such as yourself deserves such praise.
The gimmick with this guy is that he goes invisible, which threw me off a little at first, but I eventually realized I can see his footsteps since we're fighting in the water. He also has this move that stuns and blinds you, but that was also pretty easy to deal with, as even if it hit you, he wouldn't do all that much damage anyway. After brutally killing him in good old God of War fashion by impaling him on this hook, damn! We get the Shield of Perseus, which we use to deflect the beam and progress through the area. Shield of Perseus. Oh, another trophy, okay. That's... what am I at now? 15. Oh, there we go. For some reason it worked that time. After that, we go ahead and grab the Spear of Destiny, which I thought was worth mentioning because it's a pretty cool weapon. Although I didn't really use it at all outside of when I first pick it up. Shortly after, we run into Icarus, who we have a boss fight with, if you can even call it that. It was more of a straight up beatdown. You just punch him in the face over and over again until you eventually rip the wings right off his back and take them for yourself. This fight was pretty short, but I still got a kick out of watching Kratos beat the crap out of this flying crackhead. Fuck!
Wait! Perhaps the sisters have sent you to help me. I realize now.
Using our newly acquired wings, we make our way over to Atlas, who we try to convince to take us straight to the Temple of Fates.
I no longer do the bidding of the gods, Atlas! I have stomached their betrayal for the last time! Show me the way to the sisters, and I will kill Zeus once and for all!
Although he can't take us straight to the Sisters of Fate, he can give us his magic power, the Atlas Quake, and drop us off right in front of the Great Chasm, which we have to make our way through in order to reach the Sisters of Fate.
I have given you the last of my magic, Spartan, and I will help you across the Great Chasm, but that is all I can offer. May fate grant you passage, Kratos, for many rely on your success.
After reaching a certain point in the chasm, we have to protect this translator and force him to read this text, and then sacrifice him.
Read!
Accept this sacrifice of my blood.
we end up having to do the same thing again to another translator to summon one of the Sisters of Fate, who finally tells us how we can reach the Temple of the Fates.
Kratos, like the fiery phoenix who is resurrected from his ashes, you too search for a second chance at life. Find these ashes and free the phoenix. Only then will you find the path to the Temple of the Fates.
So we do as she says, and we find the ashes in order to release the Phoenix. But not before spending half an hour trying to get through this section. Thank you. After finally getting through that section, we release the ashes and head back outside to release the Phoenix. Another trophy. I think we're getting pretty close to the end here. We gotta be at this point. 8 hours in. We then get into a fight with an unknown enemy, who turns out to be the soldier who survived Zeus' attack in the beginning of the game. He ends up dying in Kratos' hands, sending him into a blind rage.
Now you are all that is left. I have faith that our brothers of Sparta will live on through the true God of War.
Zeus! Is this how you face me, coward? I am through doing the bidding of the gods! Come down here and face me now, Zeus!
He's taken into a dream where he speaks to Gaia, who's taking the form of his deceased wife for whatever reason, and Gaia basically reminds Kratos what his goal is.
We need you to lead us into battle.
To what end?
The death of Zeus. If you relent, Zeus will torment you still. He will not rest knowing you live. And when you die, his brother Hades will see that your soul is tortured for all eternity. You will have no rest until you destroy him. Take within you this fire that burned your beloved Sparta. Let it fuel your rage and hasten your steps towards destiny. The time to act is upon us, Kratos. This battle is just the beginning of a great war that is to come.
After this cutscene, we're given an upgrade to our Titan's Rage, and we begin a boss fight that I would say is one of my favorites in the game. Usually when a game tries to combine puzzle solving and boss fights together, they do a terrible job and end up making the fight boring or tedious. But this fight does a great job at combining the two. In this fight, you have to hit the Kraken's tentacles, revealing a pressure plate that you have to place the body of your dead ally on. I get it, let me put the body. Once you put him on there, it'll activate the air vent, which you can use to fly up to the Kraken's eye and swing away. Damage him enough, and you get the chance to slice off his tentacles. Chop off 2 of his tentacles, and the Kraken eats the body of the Spartan soldier and forces you to fight him normally. Now all you have to do is damage the tentacles on both sides, enough to knock him down, revealing a lever which you can pull and kill him in what is probably the most brutal fashion I have ever seen a boss die ever. With the Kraken dead, we are free to cross the bridge and hop on the Phoenix for a ride straight to the Temple of Fate, where we finally face off against the Sisters of Fate after our long journey.
The rage of the Titans dried your blades, Kratos.
Been expecting you.
Out of my way.
Your resolve is admirable, even if it is misguided. None can change their destiny, Kratos. We sisters determine the fate of all. It was I who deemed that the Titans lose the Great War, and I who have allowed you to come this far. It is not your destiny to kill Zeus.
You no longer control my destiny.
I see Gaia has filled you with her lies.
I have warned you. Let me pass.
You have always amused us, Kratos. But know this, mortal. There is no power greater than the Sisters of Fate. If you challenge us, you will die.
This game does a really good job at making the boss fights challenging but not frustrating, something games tend to mess up the balance of quite a lot, and this fight is no exception.
You do not defy fate, Kratos! For we have woven the events of your life. And now, that life is at an end. We control your destiny, foolish mortal! With a win, we can end your life! Or allow you to live. This is the power of the Fates! I'm through playing games with you, Kratos. This power was never meant for a mortal like you!
that's what it's for. After taking down the two Sisters of Fate, we still have one more we need to take care of here in the Loom Chamber. Now, if you remember the trophies from the start of the video, we need to get a trophy for reaching the chamber in under 10 minutes. But this trophy completely slipped my mind at the time, and so I went through it without getting the trophy. So I ended up having to come back for this after I already beat the game. Putting my poor memory aside, we make our way into the Loom Chamber to take down Clotho, which is the last Sister of Fate.
Clotho weaves the thread of life for every mortal, god and titan. Find your thread, and you will be able to control the mirrors of the fates, the source of their power, and use them as a gateway to return to the time when Zeus betrayed you.
And after killing this boss, we should be awarded with the final Boss Bash trophy.
Boss Bash 3, nice.
With all three of the Sisters of Fate dead, we can teleport back to the point in time where Zeus betrays us and take our revenge.
There we go, we made it.
Even now, as you draw your last breath, you continue to defy me? No matter. What? How can this be? The Sisters of Fate have aided you. Unexpected.
The sisters are dead.
I underestimated you. A mistake I do not intend to repeat. Now I will show you the true power of a god.
Holy shit. Get the hell out of my way, man. Oh, well, okay.
Your powers are no match for me. to kill you, Zeus!
Holy shit, okay then. Oh, that's what I'm doing. I thought I wanted to
Let
break
you
it.
destroy Sparta.
Damn.
Let the
Hey,
rage
fucking
of the
take that
Titans
shit.
fuel your blades,
I
Kratos.
do not give a fuck. Don't tell me he just tanks this shit again.
I told you I would make you pay for what you did.
Of course he just tanks it, okay. He is not gonna fight you without that thing. No, wait, what?
Release me from this torment of my life.
I will release you from your life, my son. But your torment is just
Kratos, what are you
beginning.
doing? Oh! Oh, I swear I hit the square button. I swear I did. Please. Okay, I almost messed that up, dude. Now it's time to spam the circle. Now fuck it up. There
You
we go.
cannot do this, Kratos!
You dare stand against me, Athena?
I do not wish to fight you, Kratos, but I will
There's
defend
another trophy.
Olympus!
Know this, my son. You have started a war you cannot possibly win. The fates have already deemed me victorious.
No, Kratos! Stop!
Athena! No! Why do you sacrifice yourself?
To save Olympus.
I do not seek to destroy Olympus. Only Zeus.
Zeus is Olympus.
He brought this to himself.
Because of fear, Kratos. A fear felt by his father, Kronos. A fear that wrought the Great War. A fear that drove Zeus to kill you. His own son.
His son?
Just as Zeus was compelled to destroy his father, Kronos. You are compelled to do the same. No son should destroy his own father.
No. I have no father.
Athena ends up dying at Kratos' hand while trying to protect Zeus. With Athena dead, Kratos goes back in time to get help from Gaia and the other Titans to take down Zeus. And that is where the story ends.
Zeus, your son has returned! I bring the destruction of Olympus!
Damn, I really missed out on an incredible game as a kid. This game is freaking awesome.
Now that the main story is complete, all we have to do is clean up a few remaining trophies and start up the Challenge of the Titans, which I hopped into first. The Challenge of the Titans is a series of challenges we have to complete for the Bleeding Thumbs trophy. I didn't spend a crazy amount of time doing this, but it was definitely more time than I thought I would spend. There are a total of 7 challenges that increase in difficulty as you progress. The first challenge was really easy, just rip out the Cyclops' eye within the time limit. The second challenge was also not very hard. Just get a certain amount of air kills before the time runs out. The third challenge was slightly more difficult. You have to stone shatter 25 enemies using the Golden Fleece. Yes!
Avoid things. Avoid everything. Avoid everything. Yes!
Now the fourth challenge is when it really ramps up in difficulty. You're given the task of protecting this translator from a barrage of enemies for a certain amount of time. And not only do you have to stop him from getting killed, you also have to pick him up and move him when the circle he's standing in moves to a different spot. I spent 2 straight hours attempting this on the day that I beat the game, and I just couldn't manage to complete it. After dying non-stop for 2 hours on end, I decided to put the game down and pick it up again the next day. The next day rolls around and I decide to postpone the Challenge of the Titans to pick up a trophy I missed towards the end of my playthrough, the 10-minute fight scene trophy. I just loaded up a save that was the closest to the Loom Chamber and made my way there.
Tell me that was it. Thank you. Oh my god.
After grabbing the trophy, I went back to attempting challenge number 4, and this time I had a strategy that would help me with finally getting this challenge done. I learned that I can get rid of the Cyclops enemies very easily by simply using the Time Freeze ability and stone shattering them.
Please tell me that's it. No, it's not it! Oh my god. Tell me this is the last enemy, please. Yes! Oh my god, thank you! Oh my god.
After finally completing that challenge, we move on to challenge number 5, which was insignificant as it was incredibly easy for some reason.
Thank you.
Now we have challenge number 6. This challenge was very annoying. I wouldn't say it was very difficult. It just drags on for so long. It felt like the wave of enemies would just keep going and going. And you have to grab the guy spawning the enemies and go through this long grab animation over and over again. All you have to know is that it sucked and I completed it.
Oh, we did it. Oh my god. Spamming the Atlas thing worked. Thank you.
Now all that's left is the very last challenge, which actually isn't even the hardest challenge in my opinion. I had a way harder time with the 4th challenge, but it was still pretty tough. You have to kill all these enemies without taking a single hit, which sounds really hard at first, but with all our magic and the ability to not get hit when standing behind this big enemy, it only took about an hour to complete.
Yes! Oh my god, we did it! Yes! Oh my god! Thank you! Bleeding Thumbs is right! Oh my god, they couldn't have gave that trophy a better name.
As you can tell, I was relieved to get this trophy done. It didn't take a very long time to get it done, but it was the furthest thing from fun. A complete 180 from the experience of playing through the actual game. Now with the most difficult trophy in the game done, all we have to do is farm 20 Cyclops eyes, which I'm going to skip over because it's just me playing the first challenge over and over.
Yes, that's the last one. Oh. Yes.
Now we just have to jump into New Game Plus, which allows us to play as a fish, and I obviously took the opportunity to do so. We go ahead and use the Urns of Power we collected in our first run, giving us another trophy.
There it is, fill the urn.
Now we just have to play until we have enough red orbs to max out our last weapon, giving us our last trophy.
We just put the orbs in and we get it. Last trophy. There it is. I thought I wasn't going to get it for a second. The Trophy of Gaia. Well, we did it, guys. That's the platinum.
And just like that, we became one of the many people to get the platinum for this incredible game. I had a blast playing through this game, and now I can safely say that I wish I could have experienced this game in its entirety when I was a kid, but at least it's still a small part of my childhood. I want to use this time to thank you guys for the support on the Jump King video. It did miles better than what I was expecting, so thank you guys. If you watched this video all the way to the end, you should go check that video out and leave a comment telling me what you think. Thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate it. I'll try to get another video out as soon as I can, and I'll see you guys later.